Hello, Brother Monroe here. Welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, where you're getting an extra video today, thanks to one of my wonderful patrons. This one sent in by Azrael. And it's a pretty big battle. Germany, well, trying to invade Britain, or at least shoo away the Royal Navy. I've got an advantage of one battleship, but disadvantage in battlecruisers. Got a slight advantage in heavies. But not in lights, down one, and I have a significant deficit in destroyers, so torpedo spam is going to be a big problem. Right, yes, let this continue. Oh, one thing I forgot to do was to switch the anti-aliasing back on. Now, there are restrictions. I'm not really allowed to use anything larger than 18-inch guns, but I'm pretty sure in 1930 they're the biggest I can get anyway. Yes, they are. I'm almost certainly going to be going with 16s. Yeah, 16s. The battlecruiser has more restrictions, so I'm actually going to start with that. I only get access to the battlecruiser 5 anyway. And it must be at least 10,000 tons below the maximum, which is 50. So we'll go for 40,000 tons. And it's only allowed to have 12-inch guns, or less. So it's more of a cruiser killer type ship. So what I'm thinking for the battlecruiser is to help me against all the light ships. So let's have a look. Probably just the cheap tower. There's a pretty big jump there. Yeah, we'll go for something like that. Oh yeah, these are the ones without funnel slots, aren't they? Now then, if we go oil, 65 smoke to play with. Yeah, just go with a tall funnel. Tucked in there. Now then, I don't get the medium one. Use excuse me. Could use a medium 3 though. Two triples on the front, and then maybe even go for a V turret if I can get it to fit. Nope. Might have to go with a smaller tower. That one's slightly smaller, that one's bigger, so let's try the modern 2. Which I'm pretty sure I can get to fit pretty snugly. There we go. 12-inch guns. Secondaries. Can I fit 5-inch? No, 4s. Yeah, I can fit a 4-inch gun there. That's not very much. Couple of 3-inch. I'll take anything that I can get, really. plenty of 2-inch. So it should be able to shoo away the odd destroyer. Maybe a couple more 4-inch guns there, and a couple more there. Just so that you have a little bit of firepower. Okay. Okay. Now then, speed. I think an induced boiler will be enough. Yeah, 30 knots is okay. Right, Aux diesel. I'm going to need all the advantages I can get. I think now in terms of gun, I could go for the tube powder, but I'm actually going to stick with the cordite because this thing's far more about just smashing in enemy ships. So I'm going to go with the auto loaders as well. But I am going to go for TNT shells. Make them super heavy. Flash fire chance, I can get down to 3%. Which is high, but it's, you know, these things should pack a bit of a punch. What's the damage on per shell? 201. Base. That's not too bad. Want this thing to be pretty well protected against torpedoes and things. And then we can armour her up. So let's go for 14... 7 turrets. They should be pretty safe. Actually, let's go for 15... 14 main belt. 6 on the mid deck. 4.5 extended belts. 2-inch on the superstructure as well. I'll put the rest into the tower. Okay, that's okay. That should keep her relatively safe because that's pretty battleship styled armor. So she should be safe enough to kind of get in there and mix it up and try and take out the enemy heavy cruisers, light cruisers, and should be able to plink away at destroyers. And if she gets torped, she should be able to hold them off. At least that's the idea. Right. The heavy cruisers also have some restrictions, but they just have to have torpedoes. So let's go to the battleship. This is the Lion. In fact, you know what? I'm going to call this the Azrael. Oops, daisy. Get rid of the Furious, which is just an empty design. Right, back to the battleship. Yeah, we will go modern battleship 1. I'll go for this size. There we go. Towers. Oh, I'm going to go for that Advanced Tower 2, and I think it's the Compact 2 that goes with it. Nope, it's Compact 2. it's kind of twin. Now then, $77 smoke. Yeah, just a single funnel then. Well, let me get up to an induced boiler. 29 knots, so just slightly slower than the battlecruiser. Now, gun-wise, I think I can get away with a medium 1. No, it has to be a medium 2 for these guns. Gonna have a very, very compact design, I think. See, whenever I want the game to pick both towers up, it never does. And then when I don't want it to pick them both up, it's so annoying. Like, the behavior is basically the opposite of what I want it to be. I'm going to go for something like that. I know that's a lot of unused deck space, but I have my reasons, I promise. 5s actually look a little bit small. Let's go for 6s. Even 7s, that's pretty heavy. No, 6. Yeah, a couple of 6-inch guns. Some 3-inch and some 2-inch. Should be able to, you know, at least defend themselves if something gets a little bit too close. But their main objective is going to be using those 16s to smash in the enemy battleships. With that in mind, these ones are going to use tube powder super heavy shells. Put a hydrophone on them just in case. I do want them to have a little bit of anti-torp protection, just in case I mess up. Did the battlecruiser have maximum? No, it just had standard bulkheads. I'd rather have the standard bulkheads on this one as well. Now that does mean I could go and get the really heavy torp protection. But I think 3 and a double bottom, which is getting a lot more armor, would be good. So let's try and armor up against our own guns, because a 16-inch Mark III I think is a good choice for the enemy as well. So in terms of belt protection, let's say we closed to 10,000 meters or so, so 36.5 divided by 2.18 gives me 17-ish inches of armor. So go for 70. Let's go for 18 on the turret and 17 on the mid belt. And whoops, daisy. And 17 on the conning tower. Now, in terms of deck pens, think if we look at that kind of 22,500 range, where there is a chance to hit. We're looking at about 7.5 inches of deck protection. So we'll put that on the turret tops, and then if we were to close in another step, we're at 6.5. So let's go for 6.5 on the mid deck, and then we can armor up the rest of the ship a little bit. So it would be nice if we could have 3-inch on the extended decks, 6 on the fore belt's pretty good. You get the aft belt up to 6, yeah. Move the fore belt up to 7. Tell you what, I'm just going to grab an 8-inch gun for research. So if I wanted to be completely immune to an 8-inch gun, so that's a typical heavy cruiser gun, talking 2-inch decks, so the decks are fine, and we're talking 25.7, so we're talking about, no, that's like 12 inches of armor. So yeah, if a heavy cruiser does get close enough, it is going to be able to cause us some problems. What the, yeah, there we go. So yeah, more belt armor. Let's go for an 8-inch. You know what? I'd just like to increase our armor in general. Go all the way up to 20 on the guns. $20 and 9, and then 18 on the mid belt. Ooh, that's nice. That's chunky. That's a chunky warship. That is a very chunky warship. I like that. Okay, let's see if we can get a balance. There we go. I can't think of a name. She looks a little bit like the proposed Lion classes with the 316. So I don't want to call her Nelson. Oh, let's go with Collingwood. Actually, no. Let's go with Anson. There we go. So we've got 2 A's. Okay, heavy cruiser. I've got the 3 and the 1. I prefer the 3. Comes with a spotting plane. Not that that does anything at the moment, but it's got the model for 1. Now, because we've got the battle cruiser, I'm seeing the heavy cruisers more as, yeah, picket ships, trying to kill off the enemy light ships. I'm not expecting them to really do very much punching beyond that. Now, it does say that I must have torpedo tubes, so I'm actually going to fit those now. Now, on the heavy cruiser, I'm just going to go with underwaters. I think that'll be fine, and we'll go with standards, but we'll go 22-inch. Now, go oil. These ones can have a little bit of smoke interference. 2 smoke, it's not too bad, and it means we should be able to get them up to pretty decent speed on an induced boiler. Yeah, 33 knots will be fine. Guns, I think, potentially 10-inch guns, because 9s and 10s are Mark 5. So we'll go with 10-inch guns. Slightly unusual size, but you know, I think I can make it work. MXSvipul should be absolutely fine for this. So we want some decent secondaries if we can get them. Bunch of 4-inch guns, and we'll just stick all 2-inch guns we can on. So really there to shoo away all those enemy light cruisers. They should 10-inch guns should be able to be pretty punchy against enemy heavy cruisers as well. Now then, radar, rangefinder, acoustics. My base flash fire chance at 2% is not bad. So I'm going to go for pretty punchy guns. See how we get on with the weight. 5% flash fire chance. Reinforced bulkheads brings it down to 4. Yeah, maximum bar thickness gets me down to 2%, which is very nice. These things probably will take torpedoes. So we'll get all the flooding protection we can, and then it's just armor really. Don't have a huge amount left for armoring things up, so it's probably just going to be rounding things off a little bit. Really what we just want is a little bit more mid-belt armor. There we go. Not the world's most breathtaking heavy cruiser, but I think they'll get the job done. The Good Hope. That's not an ominous name at all. Right, light cruiser time. I'm going to go for a slightly smaller ship, because how restrictive this hull is. Now, how many of these am I getting? 4. Okay. Just delete the empty designs. Right, Mark 4, Mark 4, Mark 4, Mark 4. They're all Mark 4s. I actually think possibly going for 5-inch design. No. I know what you can do on this hull. I'm going to go for a 4-inch design. These are going to be primarily there to take out as many of those pesky little destroyers as I possibly can. Go for a balanced boiler so we can keep pace at 32 knots. I think that means they can keep up with the, well, they're just slightly slower than the heavy cruisers if I do that. So let's force those boilers and get some actual speed out of these things. 34 knots. So they are actually, well, not 100% engine efficiency, but it'll do. Oh, did I put it? I didn't do the crew on the heavies. Something like that. Now these also have to have torpedo launchers, so I'm going to go with. See, I mainly see these as being there to kill the enemy. Enemy light ships, so I'm going to go with underwaters again. Really, I just want as much anti-destroyer murdering capability as I can possibly get. Standard bulkheads. Weight is a bit of an issue. Doesn't save that much. What is that? Oh dear. Maybe these will be going a bit slower then. Let's bring them back to an induced boiler and slow them down. So these are more sitting back, protecting the capital ships. Or the battleships, sorry. Yeah, that saves me a ton of weight. Every time. Every time. Oh yeah, you can't move the towers on this, can you? Fuck's sake. Some secondary guns, because why not? Barely changes it. We'll just leave it at that for now. Let's have these well-armoured ships. Able to take a hit. Say 3-inch half belt. I think 5 mid-deck will be more than enough. That's pretty insane, actually. What do the heavy cruisers have? Okay, 3.4. Okay, so let's go for 3 on the mid-deck. And just have more belt armor so that they can be a little bit tanky. There we go, the Durban, and then lastly the destroyer. Now these had an additional restriction. You must have 2 triple torpedo launchers minimum. So I'm going for big destroyer. Like that. Smoke interference. Go for it. Forced boiler. They're not going to be the world's fastest destroyers. 35 knots. But I think they'll do their job. Yeah, main guns, I know. They're all Mark 4 apart from the 2-inch. Might as well go with 5s then. That's a reasonable amount of firepower coming out. And then those 2 triple launchers, I'm just going to put them side by side like that. A little bit of an half-weight offset. Mind you, I need to increase the size of the torpedoes. There we go. Pretty much fixes it. Alright. Definitely want these things to be able to spot. Leave them on the corner. Drop bottom hulls. Armour them up as much as we can. Max Armoured Destroyer. Nice. Maybe more bulkheads? Yeah, can I get that from this? Yep. There we go. The Palmer. Bit of a weird ship. A little bit of an half-weight offset still. Yeah. Again, much more defensive than offensive. But hopefully they'll prove to be okay at what they're there to do. All right, let's go. Okay, right. That took a while. Those are big battleships. Oh dear. Yeah, the smaller ships is harder to tell. Start in range. It's not the best, nor is this structure. So let's get the battleships in a single line and get them heading, well, roughly that way. I'm going to put all the heavy cruisers and the battle cruiser together, basically, and I'm going to put the light cruisers in with the destroyers. So these guys are going to be the picket. They're going to be the ones heading out, and these guys are going to screen them. Where's the lead ship? The Azrael. Good. So I want you to kind of go that way, and we'll watch as the ships absolutely flip out. Let's go and have a look at the Germans who are headed away from us. Fuck me. 20s? Well, that's just wonderful. I didn't armour up against 20-inch guns. Oh dear. That's a lot of gun though, so they might be a little bit explosive. The battle cruisers have 13s. The heavy cruisers, I'm mainly looking for torpedo tubes on these. A couple at the back. That's not too bad. Light cruisers have a few. I can't see the... I probably can see a destroyer. Yeah, here it is. No, they have lots. That's really not good. Just going to go up to times 10. Wait for everyone to kind of try to sort themselves out. Of course, it is complete chaos. Germans are turning around. The Azrael's finally kind of gotten clear. The Agamemnon's way out in front. Slow down a little bit, would you? The Benbow over here is actually headed in the complete wrong direction. And that's the second ship in the formation, supposedly. Where the fuck are you going? This is why... seriously dislike the current division system. Right, there we go. Let's make Benbow the lead. Might give us just a slight chance that the ships will line up. I really wish the game had a pre-deployment type thing that you could do. Or a deployment, not pre-deployment, but a deployment screen or something. That would be good. We have actually scored a couple of hits, which is interesting. Slow up a bit. Let the battleships kind of sort themselves out a little bit. Yeah, look. Oh, Agamemnon's supposed to be the second one. The battleships are just all over the place. Do you know what? Fucking take command of you individually if you're going to be like this. I do wonder. Ow! Poor old Azrael taking a big hit. Again, this is mainly due to the formation being messed up. Double back, get a bit closer to the battleships, who are kind of now finally sorting themselves out a little bit, but not much. Ugh. What? Those destroyers, what kind of range they got? 9-9. Okay. Cruiser division, I do not care about you shooting at the battleships. You're not going to do anything. Your job is to shoot up the enemy cruisers. Leave the shooting the battleships up to the Agamemnon. You do have an ID. Cord-eye 20-inch guns. Oh boy. Not a particularly well armoured ship either. Could be interesting. Oh, V8 explodes horrifically. What hit you? A 16-inch shell. That'll do it. Oof, good hope. Taking a couple of 20 inches. Yeah. Not faring overly well. Battleship still trying to get even vaguely close to the action. Sink a destroyer. How many shells do they carry? Increased. Bloody hell, yeah, if we could get in there and start hitting those battleships up, would be good, but the Agamemnon is the closest. Ooh, flash fire on the Orion. Those 20s just delete ships. Oh God. Yeah, this is not going well. Not expecting the AI to spawn in with 20-inch guns. And cruiser force is just generally not doing very well, so I'm going to stick them all in, and I'm going to get them to scream the Agamemnon. Should pull them back a little bit. Torpedo hit on the Ostrislands. Well, the cruisers must have let loose. Didn't do much damage, but okay. They are starting to get a little bit of damage in. Fuck me, poor Amphitrite. Yeah, it only takes one of those 20s, doesn't it? Whole bunch of torpedo hits though, that helps. And bulkheads you got few. Torpedo hit. They don't really are not doing very much damage, those torpedoes, but they are helping. Right. Orion goes down due to torpedo hits. That's good. The battleships are still far too far away. More torpedo hits and shell hits. Like Agamemnon's taking the brunt of the 20-inch shells now. Destroyer just getting in the way. Come on, other battleships. You are so far behind, it's unreal. Some torpedoes incoming, but I can't worry too much about those. Memnon's probably going to have to pull out anyway. Palmer sinks. They got Turtleback by any chance? Yes. I was wondering how they were able to just take no damage at all. Loads of torpedoes coming out. Cruisers are getting pretty beaten up. Hanging in there though. if they didn't have this big swarm of light ships, I might actually be able to get in there and do something, but makes it pretty much impossible. Yeah, there goes the powerful. The Vetin, it's taken a fair bit of damage. There's a couple of torpedoes headed her way as well. Very nice. To you, Monarch. Yeah, you just got hit by a 20-inch shell, that's what. That's right. Don't worry about them. Now, of course, there's so much going on, it's impossible to micro. Just seeing damage notifications going up everywhere. Torpedo hit on a destroyer of all things. Oh, we killed one. Flash fire. The Odin instincts. Okay, that's a lot of firepower gone. That's good. A turret? Yeah, A turret going up. Yeah, Vetin pretty badly damaged. Streisland is way back there, and then we have the Weissenberg. It's all those light ships, though. Just going to make it really difficult. I think that's Rahl just needs to retreat. Turn in Anson Russell. I think the others are okay. Ammo detonate, well, small ammo detonation on Helgoland. Must have been secondary guns or something. The Thor here at the front taking fair damage, I think purely from secondary guns. Oh shoot. Down goes one of my light cruisers. Hard to keep track of everything going on. Really hard. Helgoland though, taking a lot of hits now. She's trying to turn away, but the Agamemnon's on the beam. lifesaver. How much do these things cost? 365 million each. Yikes. Compared to just over 200 million for my ships. Russell, try and avoid that if you can. Destroyer sinks, probably hit by accident. Come on, I want those 20-inch guns out of commission. Sinks. That is good. Right, I think the next battleship that's kind of in the mix here is the Vettin. A lot of destroyers. This is mostly light stuff here. There's a couple of heavy cruisers in there, but they're pretty beaten up. Be able to dispatch them pretty rapidly. It's Bembo, there she is. Goodness knows how many cruisers I've lost. All of them, I think. Inch guns trying to get the Vettin sunk. Ow. Still though, I'm impressed how well the battleships have held up to the amount of abuse that's been flung their way. Accidentally kill a destroyer. Going the wrong way. Torpedoes. Answer no. Ow. Oh Jesus, shells. Running low on shells. Well, the Anson is anyway. She's been in the battle the longest though. See if she can finish off the Vettin. My last destroyer goes down. Come on, Vettin. 2%. Torpedo. Lovely. German light cruiser sinks. Okay, the Vettin's down. We'll let the Agamemnon fire her remaining 48 shells at whatever. And she's going to have to pull out. Bembo is pretty low. Royal Oak and Anson are a little bit happier in the old shell department. We have Russell back here, and I know I just saw those torpedoes at the corner of my eye. Azrael, yeah, has no ammunition and is retreating. Monarch is in the middle of nowhere. Get back in the fight. The Session here, I don't think they've really made too much of an impact. It did quite a lot of damage to, I think, my cruisers, those 13-inch guns, but Overall, they've not done much. The 16s are the stars of the... Yeah, Royal Oak's not going to avoid that. 16 stars of the show for me so far. Torpedoes have done well. 6-inch secondary guns have done remarkably well. Right, Agamemnon, you are out of here. Screening ships. Just do something, please. The Russell trying to take out the Weissenberg. Your destroyer popping in there. Oh no, 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 no. Weissenberg. Oh dear. She was pretty much on full health. But explodes due to, yep, the A turret again. Which leaves just the Ostfriesland. Ostfriesland, I think. And a couple of the battle cruisers, I think, are hanging around. Yeah, the Großker first, and the Moltke. How are we doing battleship-wise? Russell's very heavily damaged. Bembo's nearly out of shells. Agamemnon's on the way out. Anson... Monarch trying to come back. Royal Oak. Takes another torpedo. Just a whole bunch of destroyers in the way. Don't know how else to describe it. Just keep flinging shells into those battleships. There goes the V10. Russell needs to retreat, even though she still has shells. Just have to lob them from a distance. Right, Hansen, I kind of need you to do some deleting for me. Bembo has no ammunition. No! Get out. Royal Oak's almost out of ammunition. That pesky little heavy cruiser gone. Thank you. Royal Oak's also out of ammunition. Get out. The heavy crew, well, the cruiser division. I don't know what they're up to. They're up to something. Amphitrite, you can leave. Come on, Anson. Yeah, there we go. That A turret. Bit of a problem. Okay, that's all the enemy battleships destroyed. I'm going to order all ships to pull out. Because we are very, very, very heavily damaged. You can do that individually. Yeah, but we'll keep firing as we go. Might be able to inflict a little bit more damage. Another German light cruiser goes down. Oh, we lost the ensign. No! Got torpedoed. Grosser Kursfur sinks. It's another capital ship. Do they have any left? Yes, they have the Moltke way back here. They have one heavy cruiser left. Yeah, they've got one heavy cruiser, a couple of light cruisers, a couple of destroyers. They've got 3 light cruisers. And the battle cruiser. That's it. Well, no, we lost the heavy cruiser. This is the tricky thing. Probably going to have more casualties as we withdraw. But I think overall, not a bad showing. Benbow. Thought I'd avoided the torps with you. Apparently not. You know, all the German battleships gone. Most of their battlecruisers gone. Pretty heavy damage to all of their light ships as well. In exchange for a single battleship sunk. Most of the cruisers and lots of damage to all my ships, but Germans don't have a navy anymore. Kind of worth it. I mean, it's not like their ships are particularly rosy. The destroyers over there are okay. The Moltke could be a pain. No, Royal Oak, don't do that. keep pulling back, but I don't think the Germans are going to close in for the kill. It looks like they're pulling back too. Russell, no. Oof. Goodness for those torpedo belts. But yeah, not bad. Not bad, especially when I saw those 20-inch guns. Anyway, thank you for watching this very long video, those of you on YouTube, and I'll see you again soon for some more Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Bye for now.